Welcome back to RPM. Welcome to all of you who are science fiction and space aficionados. This is another replica from Lunar Replicas, and Lunar Replicas, as many of you will know, is a company that was brought to my attention by Adam Savage in his tested videos. He mentioned the American Optical Lunar Replica sunglasses, which were replicas of the Apollo era sunglasses worn by all those astronauts that flew during that period. I reviewed those in one of my other videos, and what I found was a very high quality pair of sunglasses which faithfully stuck to the spec and also the markings of the original Apollo era sunglasses. So I'm delighted to say, by the way, that those sunglasses have performed tremendously well. They did actually at one point take a bit of a tumble, and I'm delighted to say that they hit the deck, and they even skidded a little bit on the front of the lens, and it's perfect still. There's not a mark on them, so really is a testament to American Optical manufacturing quality. So many thanks, Lunar Replicas, for bringing that artifact with its Apollo era markings to the market. I think that's a great artifact, and I'm excited to open this and check to see how the quality is on this item as well, which is another item from their flight gear collection. So the website is www.lunarreplicas.com. It's easy to find. They sell all sorts of stuff: hats, jackets, flight gear, some merchandise, and of course everybody's interested in that this year because it's 50 years and, well, some number of months since the Apollo missions finally got to the moon, and we'll have some good feelings about that. That mankind can achieve such things. So anyway, so without further ado, let's dig into this. This is what they describe on their site as an Apollo pen light, which is a flight gear flashlight. When you look at the description, what they say here is it's a measure of this Apollo pen light was originally made by the ACR Electronics company as the FA-5 rather. This pen light is custom made by Barber Light to replicate the form and function requested by the Apollo program. So just as designed for Apollo, our pen lights are a functional, slender design, easily stowed in your in-flight coveralls, A7L spacesuit, or in a pocket for everyday carry. So, okay, that sounds pretty convenient. They mention here is a solid brass construction. It's been updated with a warm LED bulb. It has a simple turn operation. It has a sapphire lens, 100-meter water resistance. It runs for 8 hours on a single set of batteries. It has a 100 lumen output, and it takes 2 standard AAs. Okay, so that's all sounding pretty good and convenient. So let's dig into it. In the same way as the AO sunglasses came stowed in this free from all contaminants space baggie, as I think I called it last time. It comes in packaged this way. We have the Lunar Replicas sticker on it. It was the same with the other product. Lunar Replicas, clean for service, some little notice there, and somebody's marked it with MKK. It's just an inspection sticker, I guess, or replica of an inspection sticker. I'm slightly less convinced by the story this tells this time. Why is that? Well, it just doesn't seal. So the box for this item is simply too big to allow the space baggie to seal. So okay, that slightly lets the story down, but okay, we didn't buy this item. I didn't buy this item for a silver baggie, so I'm not going to lose too much sleep over that. We take a look inside. We see here in fine silver embossing, Apollo pen light by Barber Light. I was slightly disappointed that it came with these markings on the cardboard. I do like things to come looking like they are very much box fresh. That there's some markings here. Maybe that happened in post. These things do occur. But the branding's nice. The font is nice. It certainly feels like it's nicely themed to the Apollo missions. Same font and theming on the outer box, and without further ado, and with a little bit of ceremony, here is the item itself. Okay, so here we've got a nice cloth, such as you would find with glasses or sunglasses or something of that ilk. And here it is. Okay. So just as the description mentioned, it's a solid brass construction. It comes in this nice plush case. I had noted before that, the tolerance on that's great. Feels very well housed in this box. There's nothing else in the box particularly, so I think we can set that aside. Sure you're not interested in covering every millimetre of that. And then what we see here is beautifully constructed, heavy. It's got some heft. I like that. I always like that in these kinds of replicas. You have some detailing here. This knurling on the end of the brass construction. You have, if you can see it there, on and off, and you've also got these markings: BBL FA-5, serial number 0182, and date of MFG 768. So what do we know about all of that? I'll turn the light on in a minute so you can see that it casts light. I mean, that's probably not what you're interested in, but I will show it to you. But let's quickly dig into something more about the light itself. If you go looking for that particular serial number, you will find that it was the serial number that was on the Michael Collins version of the ACR flashlight that was displayed for some time in the Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum. His version, I note, had some Velcro here, and they did that typically, and I'm thinking about doing that with this to make it feel somewhat more authentic. And obviously they were doing that to allow it to be attached to cloth or clothing, so that they needn't put both hands around it, I guess, and they could attach it somewhere where it could go on shedding light without them holding onto it. And that seems like a fair and reasonable thing to do if you're trying to manage complex tasks whilst also casting light in the space that you need to be cast in. And it says here, the small flashlight was part of the astronaut equipment available to the Apollo 11 crew on their July 1969 mission to the moon. It is constructed with a brass case and was operated by rotating the bulb end. It was powered by a small battery and had a small Velcro tab to keep it secure in the weightless environment. That was the other reason. And Michael Collins donated this to the National Air and Space Museum in 1985. Well done, Michael. And so this is a little bit closer into his exact flashlight, because I've clearly taken the serial number from that. But let's talk a little bit more about the serial numbers. When they made these for the Apollo crew, the requirement was for providing a simple, reliable and flexible alternative source of light to astronauts in their spacecraft, and that was met by providing each crew member with a flashlight. And the best known model used by astronauts on the Apollo flights and all shuttle flights actually through the 80s is the iconic brass A7R FA-5 pen light. Okay, so that tells you a little bit about the background. It's they note here it's a distinctive flashlight. It was developed under the contract, with the Langley Research Center, a subsidiary of Chromalloy American Corporation and a supplier of military and civilian survival equipment. The actual manufacture of the flashlights was subcontracted out to flashlight specialists Fulton Industries of Ohio. Originally, it was a magnesium flashlight, which was powered by 2 AA batteries, and it was turned on and off by rotating the bulb and the brass casing. Well, that's exactly as per this item here. I know that they did update the bulb. It's not a magnesium bulb, but the bulb is supposed to cast the similar type of colour of light. So I think they've stuck to it as well as they can. For those of you that are interested in the history of this piece, I think one particularly interesting piece here I found was, and this is an extract from a letter dated April 19th, 1971, from the Apollo 13 crew, and they sent this to ACR Electronics, and they said, "The pen light which you have supplied for the Apollo missions has been very useful and dependable in all missions to date. However, you deserve special praise for the role it played in our mission, Apollo 13. As you know, due to the explosion, we were forced to ration our electrical power and water. With regard to the former, we never turned on the lights in the spacecraft after the accident. As a result, your pen light served as a means of seeing to do the job during the many hours of darkness when the sunlight was not coming through the windows. We never wore out even one set during the trip. In fact, they still illuminate today. Their size was also a convenience, as it was handy to grip the light between clenched teeth to copy the lengthy procedures that were voiced up from Earth. Well, I'm not sure how many of us will end up in a situation like that, but it certainly feels that it's just very tactile. It feels good. It feels like you wouldn't very easily drop it. You could certainly clench it in your teeth if you felt you had to do that for some reason, and it just feels lovely in the hand. You can see here that how well proportioned it is for a hand like mine. There's not any of the marks that I think you guys will want to see, but maybe we'll just mention one or two other things about the serial numbers themselves, and then we can close out. But BBL FA-5. Okay, so originally the serial numbers on these were ACR, and well, why is that? It's because this one's made by Barber-Light. So this is an FA-5 made by Barber-Light instead of ACR. Okay, for some of us that are really Puritan about wanting the thing to look exactly as per the Astronaut's version, maybe you won't be so happy with the fact that it says BBL instead of ACR, but it's authentic to the manufacturer. This serial number 0182, they used the 4-digit serial number, and they did it in ranges for the different manufacturing runs where they made the ACR. And if you want to go look at the spacephone artifacts, you can easily find here that the numbers start from 115, and then it's kind of 10 something, and then 20 something, and 30 something. So they've just used the same 4-digit serial number there, and I guess that's probably connecting back to Barber-Light's manufacturing runs. And then the date of MFG 7-68 is Michael Collins's. Well, it's the same marking that you see on the Michael Collins ACR. So there we have it. It's a great piece. I really love the feel of it. It feels like it's extremely tough. I have absolutely no doubt that I could submerge this in water and turn it on, and it would be no problem. I haven't done that yet, but I will. I'll report back. And if I kill the lights a little bit here, not fully, but maybe just some. Okay, and then let's turn him on. Okay. I did go out and shine this outside a bit, and it shone a great light over 20-30 meters across my backyard. It's that 100 lumens is working well for everybody, I think. But ultimately that's really only a little part of the story. Yes, okay, it's a practical item, but ultimately you've got a really authentically made, robust, beautifully crafted item here, should you decide to go ahead and buy one of these things from Lunar Replicas. I'm delighted to own mine. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Again, if you like what you're seeing here, if you'd like to see more, if you have any specific requests, any replicas, props or models that you'd like to see reviewed, subscribe please, and drop me a comment, and I will aim to pick up on whatever that artifact is, and get back to you guys and show you what I find. Again, hope you enjoyed what you saw today, and till next time. Bye for now.